What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Doll Boxx. Yes, indeed, Doll Boxx fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Home Gnome, and this is actually one of Home Gnome's 3 prioritized requests for the month of September for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Home Gnome. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Home Gnome wanted to see me react to this. It is Doll Boxx with a song called Hero.
I am the hype!
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, hold it, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Heretic fan, okay? And the video has 3,100 views. It's not gonna get you there, sorry. Now look, I'm sure the song is fine. I'm sure the video's fine. I'm sure everything's gonna be just fine. I'm just saying 3,100 views is not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Doll Boxx, Hero, High Spec, High Return 2018. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I did a reaction to Doll Boxx not too long ago. It wasn't like a year ago. It was in recent months. It was like back in June or July, I think. Maybe August. Where I was talking about this particular subject. Whenever you have a collaboration group like this, you're going to go in with the best of intentions, where you're going to want to write songs that don't sound like either one of them, you know? So like in this case, you're going to want to write songs that don't sound like a Heretic spin, and they don't sound like Unlucky Morpheus. They sound different. They sound completely independent. But I also stated that when you have these collaboration bands, you're going to end up having a couple of songs that sound more geared toward one band or the other. And I did a reaction not too long ago. I don't remember the name of the song, but there was a song that I did for Doll Boxx, and I made the comment that this sounded more like a Heretic spin song. Now we have this song. This sounds a little more, Unlucky Morpheus, a little darker, a little more thematic, a little more grandioso. I did say, though, in that first reaction, it does go both ways. Well, here we are. Now we're on the other side of the coin. I think the ladies from Heretic Spin are doing a fine job on this song, despite the fact it is aimed a little more toward Unlucky Morpheus's vibe, a little more toward their sound, a little more toward their direction. I think the Heretic Spin ladies are doing a fine job of it, but this is definitely Fuki's element. You can hear it in her voice. She's singing very confidently, because it's more geared toward what she's used to, and you can hear it in her vocal approach. The confidence is off the charts. The drumming sounds just fine from Hannah. Got nothing against what she's doing. She sounds just fine. The guitar playing, I like it. It sounds good. The keyboard playing sounds really good from Oreo. I got no issue with anything that she's doing or anything that Tomozo's doing. Everything sounds fine. Koga. I like what she's doing for the most part. There were some parts where she and Oreo were playing in unison. They were playing the exact same notes. It was a unison line. And she was doing the popping on it. Number one, when she did that, I feel like the bottom end kind of bottomed out a little bit. We lost the low end. And number two, if you're going to do it, I'm sorry, but I feel like the popping might have been a little excessive. I feel like the attack was a little too harsh. And as a result, she kind of, unintentionally, I'm sure, but she kind of ended up bearing Oreo just a little bit. I really wish if she was, okay, number one, I wish she hadn't done it. I wish she had just let Oreo have the line to herself. And she covered the lower end, so it didn't bottom out. If she is going to do the unison line and they are going to do it syncopated, then okay, fine, but don't pop it. Just finger it. Just finger it. Because oddly enough, when she was done doing it and she went into the straight eighth note pattern that she was doing, yeah, she was thumping it, but she wasn't making it a hard attack. She was just using the thumb alone, not even using the wrist, just thumb alone to get that nice, steady, smooth attack on that eighth note pattern. And it was rock solid, just do 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 do. I mean, it just, you can set your watch to it. It was so nice, and it kept the bottom end going. And it didn't sound harsh. It sounded really nice, warm sounding almost, but still with that little bit of a percussive attack, yes, but without the brightness. So I liked what she did afterwards. Now, overall, I'm liking what I'm hearing. I definitely am. So let's keep going and let's see where this goes. Get back to it a little bit. she's able to do that. I love how Hannah's just able to, with her drumming, she's able to, okay, so they switched to a double time feel, right? So now they're having the snare, 4 beats, 4 snare hits per measure, right? Sometimes her snare hits are on the downbeats. Sometimes the 4 snare hits are on the offbeats, the upbeats. So sometimes she's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And other times she's going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and she's switching back and forth smoothly between the two. Sometimes, like, I'll give you an example. She'll do like 2 measures of, she'll like do 2 measures of straight where it's on the downbeats. Then she'll do 4 measures of upbeat and then another 2 measures of straight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 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 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's switching just that smooth. I mean, it's nice. It's really nice. And folks, I know that sounds easy, but you got to keep in mind, it's not just her right hand that she's got to worry about. She's got to worry about her left hand, and she's got to worry about her 2 feet as well. What they're all doing while she's switching up with that right hand between downbeats and upbeats. It's not easy to execute. It's not. It's a lot of opportunity for fumbling, a lot of opportunity for stumbling, a lot of opportunity for her snare hits to go completely off the rails, and the next thing you know, it's a train wreck. So good on her. Really impressed by what she's doing. The other thing that's really impressing me, and I don't say this very often about her, the other thing that's really impressing me right now are Fuki's vocals. She is in her element with this song. She absolutely is. You can hear the confidence. Her vibrato. In very much Fuki style, it's coming up and you can hear the wavelength, but here's the thing. It's not getting out of control, number 1. And number 2, it's not even coming close to getting out of control. It is 100% in control at all times. And it sounds great. And her range sounds nice. Her projection sounds really good. Her power sounds really good. Her tone sounds really good. Everything about this, everything about her performance is really, I hate, and I don't say this very often about her vocals, her vocal performance in this song is impressing me. Because not just what she's doing, it's what she's not doing that is really impressing me more than anything else. I'm digging what I'm hearing with this song with her. Her vocals are really fitting this song like a glove. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. See, that's what I'm talking about. Right there. While I was talking about Hannah's drumming, this is what I'm talking about. Listen. And she's good on those. Knowing when to do what. Nice. Doodle 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 da. Nice ending. Nice cliffhanger ending. 1 a yen, a 2 a yen, a 3 yen, a 4 yen, da.
Nice.
We want that downbeat, don't we? Nice job on their part. Really nice job on that ending. It's a smart ending. It is a smart ending. I'm being honest, there really isn't a lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the reaction. I've already pretty much handed all the compliments. So, review should be short. It should be short. But you never know with me. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Doll Boxx with Hero. This was a request from Home Gnome. And this was actually one of Home Gnome's 3 prioritized requests for the month of September for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Home Gnome. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, I've already talked at length about everything I wanted to discuss during the course of the reaction, so I'm not trying to do this to be disrespectful, but the fact of the matter is we're already about the 20-minute mark, so by the time I'm done editing all the dead air out, it'll be about 19 to 18 and a half. We're already here for over 20 minutes, probably, more than likely. So I'm going to try to keep this short, hit some bullet points, but then again, you know me, and sometimes I just end up going off on a tangent, and there's really nothing I can do about that because I gotta go where the currents take me. So I'm gonna try to keep this short, no promises, other than I'm gonna try. All right, let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.3. What does that mean? Well, an 8.3 would translate to a great scale rating, so I think this is a great song, okay? It would also translate out to 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.3, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I've already talked at length about the structure of the song, the direction of the song. I got no issue with it. I think it all makes perfect sense. It is definitely leaning more toward the Unlucky Morpheus side of things. And I did say when I did my reaction a couple months ago to another Doll Boxx reaction I did, I said it sounded more towards, you know, the guitar spin side of things. I did talk about when you do these compilation bands, these compilation projects, you go in with the intention of creating something brand new. So your songwriting wants to be going in a totally different direction than either one of these other projects. But it's going to happen. You're going to have a couple of songs that are going to be written in this project. They're going to sound a little bit more like this band, and you're going to have a couple of songs in your project that are going to sound a little bit more like this band. This was definitely more towards the Unlucky Morpheus side of things. More dramatic, more thematic, more grandioso, a lot more play with integer and with melodic lines, really kind of taking the lead with counter melodic lines. Not that Guitar Spin doesn't do that, but Unlucky Morpheus does it way more than Guitar Spin does. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I've always said, there's nothing wrong with falling back on your heels into what you know and what you're comfortable doing. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially when you end up with a product like we ended up with here. I'm going to start in a weird place for me. I'm going to start with the vocals. I'm going to start with Fuki. Her vocals on this were top-notch. Some of the best vocal work I think I've heard her do in a live setting. She was comfortable here. She had a relaxed feel. See, here's the thing. With Unlucky Morpheus, I feel like there are times with her songs where she has to really focus and really concentrate, and she's not always able to relax. In this situation, in this project, she is more relaxed because I don't feel like there's as much pressure being put on her to deliver. So she felt relaxed, but at the same time, she belted it. She absolutely did. I kind of wish we could see more of her like this in Unlucky Morpheus. But like I said, within Unlucky Morpheus, I feel like there's a lot of pressure put on her. Not like there is here. This song was aimed at her ability, and her delivery was on point. I never felt like her vibrato got anywhere even close to being out of control. It was there, but it was done very tastefully. Her power, her projection, her diction, her vowel formation, all sounded really nice. Her pitch sounded really nice. I got absolutely no complaints about anything that she did. I mean, she really brought it on this performance for sure. On top of that, her harmonizing, this really goes more toward Hannah and Oreo than it does toward the Fuki, but I love the harmonies that they're able to create with each other, either with all three of them singing at the exact same time, or sometimes just Fuki and Hannah, and sometimes just Fuki and Oreo. And I've been asked this question in the past, and I'm going to use this performance. Who do I think Fuki harmonizes with better? That is a tough call. But I'm going to say on this performance, this particular performance, I think she harmonized better with Oreo. I think their voices were very conducive to each other on this particular song. Now, there have been other songs that Doll Boxx has done where I think Fuki's vocals harmonized better with Hannah. And there were other times I think they harmonized better with Oreo. It really depends on the song, I guess, or maybe which part is more dominant with who's singing it, like in the chorus, in a chorus sometimes. Sometimes it'll be Hannah that sings, that does the harmonies with Fuki in the chorus. And the chorus is just more pleasing to the ear. Maybe that's why it sounds better to me. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know the science behind, their songwriting and their delegation. But in this particular song, I think Oreo's vocals harmonized better with Fuki's than Hannah's vocals. Not that Hannah did a bad job. I did not say that. I never said that. I'm just saying I think Oreo's vocals sounded better on this particular song with Fuki. That's all. Speaking of Oreo, her keyboard playing sounded really nice. I loved it when she took the lead, doing the melodic runs that she would do behind, not taking over, behind Fuki's vocals. Almost like not harmonizing, but almost like a counter melodic line. I want you to remember that part because we're going to come back to that part in a little bit. Tomozo's guitar playing sounded just fine. I had absolutely no issue with anything Tomozo was doing whatsoever. Big shout out to Hannah's drumming. Hannah's drumming on this was fantastic. I dug what she was doing. Probably, if I'm being honest, other than Fuki's vocals, I think Hannah's drumming was the highlight. I think those two were the absolute highlight for me. Everything she did made sense. Everything she did sounded good, and it was smooth as glass. Every single transition, whether she was transitioning from straight time to double time, or she was transitioning from straight time to half time, or when she would go into the double time and she would switch her snare placement between downbeats and offbeats, back to downbeats again. Everything smooth as glass. Gotta tip the cap to her. There you go. The bass playing on this, I think Koga did a fine job. I think everything she did sounded good for the most part. My only gripe about the entire song, honestly, was there was a couple of points where her bass playing was in sync with the keyboard playing from Oreo, and they played in unison. They did unison melodic or counter melodic lines, I should say. And she came up on the neck, and she wasn't fingering, well, I guess sort of fingering, but she was popping it the whole time. Very piercing, very, very piercing. Almost, not even almost, but she did. She overtook Oreo's playing, and she kind of buried her a little bit. I think if she had, instead of popping, I think if she had just done fingering, I think it would have sounded a lot smoother. The attack wouldn't have been as harsh, and I think it would have been a nicer blend. That would have been a little more pleasing to the ear. But on top of that, while she was doing that, she did it for a while and the bottom end disappeared. Now, like I've said in the past, I have no problem with bass players coming up on the neck. I like going up on the neck myself, but I'll do it for a measure, maybe two, and then I will go back down and cover the low end again. And when she was doing the melodic lines, or the counter melodic lines in unison with Oreo, the bottom end got lost, unfortunately, and that did affect the score. Not a lot. We're only talking about maybe a 0.1, possibly 0.2 difference. Not enough to change anything. Everything would have stayed the same. It still would have been a great score. It still would have been 4 out of 5 stars. It still would have been A-. So nothing would have changed there. It dropped, like, seriously, 0.1 because of that. I don't know if that was the best decision, but it's what she did. It sounded good. What she played sounded good. But as far as within the context of the song, it did affect the song a little bit.
That's nitpicking, isn't it?
Other than that, though, I mean, everything else sounded just fine to me. I dug everything else that was happening. And like I said, big shout out to Hannah, big shout out to Fuki for really kind of, you know, being the highlight of this performance for me anyway. So yeah, 8.3. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here at a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.3, which is a great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoke. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.